CyberBytes Insights podcast, the most relevant podcast in cybersecurity, education, innovation, and outreach. I'm your host, Maggie Dillon, and today we have a really special show in honor of Memorial Day week. I have two special guests here today. We have Patrick Foreman as well as Christina Zepeda. Both of you, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
I want to read both of your bios just so everyone has a brief understanding of the amazingness you two bring separately. Patrick, 25-year retired Marine Corps Master Sergeant, multi-talented creator and writer. Hails from the small town of Hamburg, Arkansas, but raised in Virginia Beach. An award-winning gospel singer, recipient of the 2020 Independent Music Awards CCM Gospel Song winner for his song He's Able, featuring legendary vocalist David Scott. Currently, he is the Northeast Regional Network Coordinator for the Marine for Life Network program, and he believes in the change to truly occur in people that have to be a part of the change they truly seek. Christina is the CEO of Christina's Angels based out of Southern California and also is a consultant with the CyberBytes Foundation. Christina's Angels is a staffing agency providing staffing in the areas of medical staff, cleaning, and moving staff. She is the proud daughter of a mother who worked as a caregiver for over 40 years and a father who served 8 years in the Marine Corps as a drill instructor, Force Recon, and served 1 year in Vietnam, Agent Orange. She loves giving back and helping connect others to people and resources to help them in any way possible. And I am just so ecstatic. And we have a lot to cover here. Christina, I'm going to go ahead and let you lead and kick us off.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be a part of this podcast and to be able to introduce Pat and give a little bit of, some background and some knowledge on M for Life, which is Marine for Life. So I will start off with our very first question, which is, Pat, when and why was Marine for Life Network created?
First, thank you for just allowing me to be here. And that question right there is a very important question. It's one of the things that, as I've done this role since June of last year, I learned that not many people actually know about Marine for Life. And even more, they don't know the history of even why Marine for Life Network is even here. So, real quick, back in 2002, General Jones was the commandant at the time, and Sergeant Major McMichael was the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps at the time. Both of them noticed something, that we do a great job getting our service members to the line. And what line I'm talking about is that TRS, that Transition Readiness Seminar, where they go through a fire hose of information for a week-long session, getting all of this information that is by law to be given to them. But if you ask the question in every class, which I do because I brief at Henderson Hall by the Pentagon, I brief at Quantico in person, I also brief down in Hampton Roads. And the question that I ask is by a show of hands, how many individuals are not staying in the area? And what you will see is that 80% of the individuals will put their hands up. So that tells you that they're doing all this networking with the individuals that are coming in, because I ask them a follow-on question. I say, everybody who is going to be talking to you this week, where do they live? Well, they live right there, obviously, but 80% of the class is actually going across the nation. So therefore, what General Jones and Sergeant Major McMichael saw is that there was a disconnect. You have all of these individuals that are going across the nation with their families, transitioning, and when they get there, they had to actually start from ground zero networking. They had to do the legwork themselves of trying to find out where were the military-friendly employers, where were these organizations that have services designed for service members to help them, where were the resources? They had to do it from ground zero because everybody they connected with was where they left them, in that classroom in that city. So General Jones, what he did was he made Marine for Life Network an official program of the Marine Corps, which means that we don't fight for money. And we're able to exactly do what it is said, meaning we service Marines for life. There is no time, there's no expiration of the service. We do it till the end. And since we're an official program of the Marine Corps, we service the veteran, the spouse, and the children. We're able to service them all. So that's the history behind it, and that is the why Marine for Life is actually in place. It is to make that networking already done. So when those veterans and their families are coming back to these cities all across our great nation, that they don't have to start from zero. That there's already a network in place, and our Marines, we have 77 Marine for Life representatives across the nation right now. I'm the Northeast Regional Network Coordinator. I have 24 Marines under me, Reserve Marines that work for me. Nicole Mason, she's the Southeast Regional Network Coordinator. She has Marines under her. Skip Crawley is the Central, he has Marines, and Jamal Brown is the West Coast Regional Network Coordinator. And we all have Marines under us across this great nation that their job is a 150-mile radius from where they live to know all of the military-friendly employers, organization, and resources for the people we serve, the veterans and their families.
That's amazing. I know firsthand, when my dad had gotten out, he had a tough time trying to find a job, trying to find that camaraderie again, right? And just from experience of working with some other nonprofits, doing what you do is so necessary and is very important and vital for a lot of people, not just the individuals, but the families too, that, now they're wondering, like, now what do we do? Like, what, like you said, where do we go and how do we get connected, right? So that's amazing. I'm really grateful to be connected to you and to see how we can help you expand even bigger and larger your audience to help more people, right? More men and women that definitely deserve to have the assistance and guidance that you guys provide. So thank you very much. Let me go on to my next question. How has your time as a retired Marine and the skill set that you learned being in the Marine Corps helped you in your day-to-day with M for Life?
That's a great question. I'm a retired career planner. I lat moved into that billet in 2002, the same year General Jones made Marine for Life Network an official program of the Marine Corps. And one thing about being a career planner is we're used to, one, speaking to people. We're used to networking. We're also used to assisting individuals transition and prepare their future. So this role right here just fits right into my wheelhouse because I've been doing it from 2002 to 2018 when I retired. That's all I was doing was dealing with Marines and their families and trying to figure out, okay, where's the need and how can we accomplish that need that you're trying to do? How can I assist your family? So in this role, it is actually my passion. My passion is for helping people. So therefore, all it did was give me skills that can help me also do my passion. And what I love about it, like I said before, I brief in person. And I will say this, I do it because Marine for Life Network is actually a program that all career planners are supposed to brief. They're Marines transitioning. But I'll tell you this, if a career planner does not know about a program, they're not going to brief it. From 2002 to 2018, when I retired, I didn't know anything about the Marine for Life Network. So guess what? All those Marines missed out. all of those families missed out. And all of those career planners that were under me also missed out because since I didn't know, I didn't, tell them and they didn't do any research. And here I go walking into this job. And I was like, how come we don't know about this? This is a phenomenal program and it's for the Marines. We should know about it. So therefore, I made it a mission that I was not going to let anybody in my region, where I'm at, brief the Marine for Life program for us. I'm going to go. That's why I travel and I do the brief in person because it's that important. It's it's for you. It was put in place for the veterans, just like your father. The beauty about it, why I go and do it in person is because I let people know, even though your father's out, guess what? If he needs us, he can reach out to us. It doesn't matter when. When you need us, we're there. That's what the program's about. The program is to assist him from now until the end. So that's why I do it in person.
Real quick, I just want to say, tell everyone where you're at and what you're doing. You're talking about transition here, and it's so impeccable how you both operate. You have toggled so much in the last 2 days, Christina. Tell everyone where you're at and what you're doing, if you don't mind. I'm sorry. I just want.
So currently, right now, I am in downtown Los Angeles. I am at what's called a City Club. It is a private club that people can join and be a part of, and also there's networking events that are held here. I have worked with Los Angeles Unified School District. I've worked with CalVet, the VA, and I just recently got awarded a contract with Department of Transportation, Caltrans. And so I got invited to this event here that's held by another company called Lava. And there's a lot of great companies here. And so if you see my view, I apologize, turn it around. But I'm in the very top of this building currently, and through here. And so I was grateful that the first 10 companies that came to sign up got chosen to be a part of a pitch. So I am actually going to have to unfortunately leave in a couple minutes, and I will be one of the 10 companies that gets to pitch our business for a chance to not only get great exposure with all these great big corporations, government entities, but also that are in attendance in the other room, but also potentially win $500 for my small business. So yeah, it's been definitely a long road, and I am very grateful for the ups and the downs, because they very much taught me a lot. There's positive and negative and every positive, right? It's dependent how you look at it, and sometimes it's easier to accept things in hindsight, right? So I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I definitely cry. I definitely have my moments of like, poor me, and then I'm like, okay, got to get up. Bills are due, whether you cry or not. Got to move. So yeah, this is where I'm at currently right now, and so I apologize.
No, it's okay. And this is how podcasts work. This is how podcasts work. You never know what's going to happen. We had tech issues before we started. You're working and doing 3 things at once. Patrick was nice enough to come into QCH today. So I'm sorry, Josh. I just wanted to let everyone know how hard both of these individuals are working. It's truly a testament to what we're talking about today. Go ahead, Christina.
What are your biggest challenges with M for Life?
That's a great question. We don't get that question a lot, but I'm glad you asked that simply because I can at least address this this piece that I see a lot. It is the not knowing is our greatest challenge. I mean, as I spoke about earlier, 2002 on to 2018, that is a long time of me not knowing about a program that the Marine Corps, one, is putting money behind. Number two, that us as career planners should have been telling everybody about this program. And even as I go around, because I brief at 8th and I go to their welcome aboards. I go to the corporals course. I go to the career planners conference. Any setting that I can get into to let people know about it, I do it simply because the knowledge isn't out there and the knowledge should be out there. You have, like I said, you have a force of 77 Marines. It's their job to just network with military friendly employers, organizations, and resources for you. And the problem is, if you don't know about it, one, you're not going to utilize it. And that's what I always tell people. And when I'm briefing, I say any program that is not utilized will eventually what? Go away. Exactly. It was not put in place to not be utilized. And here's what I'll say on our side, that was our fault of not getting the word out as it should have, which is now me being a prior career planner, guess what? I'm doing my part to fix that. I'm doing my part because it goes back to my saying, people have to be an active member in the change that they see. So I want this to change. I want all Marines current and separated, just like you. Your your dad, guess what? What he did, it flows over to you because we take care of him, we take care of the spouse, and we take care of the children. So you fall under that umbrella. But if people don't understand that, then they're not going to utilize it. And here's the other challenge. Sometimes we're just simply lazy. And when I mean we, I'm talking as we as a people, because we have so much information that is fed to us that sometimes we don't do the research. So it's my job to at least get in front of you to present it in a way where it resonates and you remember it so that you want to do more research. I always give them this example. Matter of fact, I'll even use CyberBytes Foundation as an example. So, so a lot of people don't know about the phenomenal summer camps that they do here, and these camps are amazing. My son went to 3 last year. He went, yeah, he went to the virtual reality. So I'll tell you a short story real quick. So my son was bugging me to get him an Oculus. So I bought him an Oculus, the Christmas time. And then I enrolled him in these 3 classes because he did the virtual reality, he did the PC gaming, and he also did the robotic arm. All of these classes, guess what? They stimulate the mind, and also what it does is it's laying a foundation for him to go even further in life because it's opening his mind. But as soon as he walked in on the virtual reality, there was Oculus, brand new Oculus on every desk, and I was like, hold on, hold on. So he gets to keep this, and I was like, I didn't need to buy one there. But that's just how amazing some of these programs, and people don't know about it, and that's why I tell people about the STEM programs, the summer camp programs, the CyberBytes Foundation. I push it out because it is that important. But if people don't know, then guess what? Then they're not going to take advantage of it. And these advantages set your children up for great things in the future. And the same is with the Marine for Life Network. What our people do sets you and your family up for great things in the future because we're doing the work. And if you have a force that's doing the work, it makes it a whole lot easier. I always tell people this. I say, okay, you have kids. When that kid turns is the last year, senior year in high school, what should they be doing? They should be reaching out to Marine for Life Network saying, my dad was a veteran. or my mom was a veteran. That's all we care about. We don't want no documents or anything. You say that line, you're in. My dad was a veteran. My mom was a veteran. I'm looking for educational information here, 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 wherever they're looking to go to college. If they're not looking to go to college, what should they be doing? Reaching out to us.
Love all of that so much because I previously used to work with veterans and was actually recruiting for the VA. We were doing recruitment for doctors specifically to do pre-discharge exams for soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. This was circa 2009, 2010, peak of the backlog. And I was constantly going to these forts and having to rally up doctors at the last minute. And the amount of resources that if I had known even just half of what you said from a Marine standpoint, and just the educational resources and the recruitment, all of that, it would have helped so much. And I just think that there's a disconnect with communication. And so everything you're talking about here, it's so crucial to just helping facilitate progress, and I just want to say thank you because I can hear your passion coming out.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It is one of those things. I truly believe in what we're doing and who we're serving. I always tell people we're in the service business. We were put in place to serve you. So all I'm asking is let us serve you. And I appreciate it because I truly 100% agree with you. If a lot of other organizations knew about the Marine for Life Network, then it would make a lot of their efforts easier simply because we have the workforce that's already making those connections for you.
Awesome. I love it. I'm so excited to hear how that goes. And we've got so many events coming up, and this to record this right before we enter into Memorial Day. It's a really special day here in the United States. And so, with that being said, closing words of wisdom.
Yeah, so in about 2 weeks, June 6th, what's going to happen is it goes back to what we were talking about. What I'm trying to do is get the information out there, but at the same token, do it in an environment where we can actually sit down with those three elements, meaning the military friendly employers organization and resources without any distractions. So it's just the Marines, my whole team, and I've invited, several, like over 20 different types of organizations, resources, and employers to come. And we're going to sit and talk, and we're going to actually hammer out two questions. What is it that you need from us to assist you? And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to say, okay, here's what we need from y'all to assist. You better. Because I feel if we can answer those two things, then we can do this even more effectively and efficiently. Instead of, I'm going to use a term that we sort of use in the military, instead of, doing a shotgun blast, on the target, we might hit it a couple of times. Yeah, we might hit the bullseye a couple of times. But if we can actually answer those two questions, then we can really get right on the target and hit it almost every time because now we know exactly what you need and you know what we need, and we're working in concert to actually assist the same people. So that's what we're going to do on June 6th. It's going to be about 75 total participants. We're going to tape the whole thing. We're going to also do elevator pitches so that we can post that out on LinkedIn and let even more people know who they are, what they do, who they serve, so that we can just continue to get the word out.
I love that. That beautifully said. And I'm currently in Indiana, and Memorial Day weekend is a huge weekend here. We have the Indianapolis 500, and my favorite part of the race is the beginning when we honor Memorial Day, and we have the soldiers come up on stage and we have our moment of silence, and they play taps, and it's really special. I cry every time, and I just want to say thank you so much for your service. To anybody watching this, thank you so much for your service. To any family members that are watching this that have lost a loved one or that has had a fallen soldier, we are truly praying with you this weekend, and we want to say thank you so much for your sacrifice. Thank you for joining us, Pat. We hope your event goes well. We're really looking forward to collaborating with you on the Marine for Life event June 6th. And I want to thank everyone for watching us as we operate through the waters with this podcast, but we had fun, and either way we got our message out, and that's all that matters. So we work through it and we come together, and that's what this whole entire episode is about. So thank you so much for joining us, Pat. I really appreciate it.